on my show today, I was making a point of making fun of fat politicians.
So I was going to bring that up. Sean Hollis, one of my good buddies and a commenter on the show, he must have listened this morning because he said, "How about Pelosi calling Trump obese?" So continue what you're saying now. I mean,
so Trump is obese. There's no question about that. So Nancy Pelosi finds out he's taking hydroxychloroquine, and who knows what the point of that is. But I don't think he should probably be taking it based on what we know, but I don't think we know everything we need to know. That aside, she refers to him as morbidly obese.
Yes.
Now, you can say what you want, whether she was joking or being serious or just answering a question or whatever, but it doesn't matter because she then got this, I call it the Slay Queen treatment. Anytime Nancy Pelosi says anything, the media says, Slay Queen, and you got to go out and talk about how great it is, that thing she said, how she got under his skin and she burned him and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And I'm just telling you, had Donald Trump answered a question about Stacey Abrams, and Stacey Abrams being the candidate who lost the governorship in Georgia. Now she's supposed to be the vice presidential nominee, even though she has absolutely no qualifications. I'm more qualified to be vice president than she is, which is...
Would you run with Biden? Just out of curiosity.
I would, because he's probably going to die, and then I'll be the president of the United States. But the point is, nobody would say anything like, hey, is she going to run against you? I'll give you the perfect example. I wish I would have brought this up on my show, but I didn't. What if someone said to Trump and said, okay, so Biden has chosen Stacey Abrams to run as his vice president, and then Trump says, I don't think Stacey Abrams has run anywhere in a long time. Like something along those lines. Like if you were to say that, if you were to say, it's funny.
It is. It's good.
It's rude.
It hurt my feelings.
It hurt your feelings.
I'm a millennial, remember?
Yeah, you are. So, so everyone will be mad at him. It doesn't mean that it's not funny. All it means is that Stacey Abrams isn't allowed to be made fun of, and that fat people aren't allowed to be fun of. But then how in the world can you say, you got him, when she says something about Trump, and she knows what she's doing when she refers to him as morbidly obese? Is it getting under his skin? Absolutely. Trump is the pettiest human being in the world. Of course it's going to get underneath his skin. No question about it. But for them to pretend that they are okay with that, but wouldn't be okay with me referencing Stacey Abrams falling asleep on a beach and Greenpeace coming out and rolling her into the sea, they would be upset by that. If somebody were to say such a thing, that's another Donald Trump trick. You just say whatever you want and then say, I would never say this, but someone might say. They would be furious about that. And that is the point of this. And I think that it's okay to look at a picture of Stacey Abrams that they put in the Washington Post where she is literally blotting out a light and it looks like she's a solar eclipse. It's okay to point that out and say that.
I can't breathe.
But you can say that stuff and it be okay. And unfortunately, our society says, well, she's a Democrat. She's a woman. She's a minority. That's like all sorts of special classes. And she was screwed out of an election in Georgia, so therefore you can't make fun of her. Donald Trump...
Was she screwed out of an election in Georgia?
So she believes.
Okay.
She currently thinks she's the governor of
and
Georgia,
UCF
right?
thought they won a national championship, but they never played the game, so that's neither here nor there.
But Donald Trump can be made fun of because he doesn't have any of those protected classes. He's a straight, white, male, wealthy elected official, so he's not protected at all, which I think is fine.
That's the endangered species list. What you just laid out there.
Listen,
by the way.
It's been 41 years as a straight white male, and boy, oh boy, is it rough. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that is the case. You know, people understand the real world, and my biggest problem with a lot of people is they take positions we know they don't believe, and they act offended by things they know they're not offended by. If you're trying to tell me that Joe Biden and his friends never got together and made a bunch of crass jokes, you're lying to me. But then he'll go out and stand in front of somebody and pretend that he's offended by a flippant comment somewhere. I don't buy it. And that's why I'm glad Joe Biden's having to deal with the stuff he's having to deal with right now. Do I believe Tara Reid when she says Joe Biden forced her against a wall in a Senate hallway that has hundreds of people walking through it every day? Absolutely not. I don't believe it for a second. And I think it's ridiculous. But Joe Biden created that world. So he has to live in it.